ground, but the mind's online. Circuits breathe where the forests shine. Till it streams through the rivers wide. Nature coded the future alive.
Misses the J after tricking the D with the nifty pass. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
It could be all Aurora, no?
Yeah, there's no way without the Phantom Steed that they go for this. Aurora really should just back away.
They're still planning around here, but yeah, they're just going to be zoned out now. That's objective. Going to Demon Kai. Just very awkward usage of timing and on the ultimates.
Actually, I think what they're thinking of is that we should not fight. So instead of going for a turtle, we go for something else.
Wait a second. That's all right. Bankai walking up. Raven Spider coming down. Demon Kai going to be taken very low, but he's still able to pop it. The Rangers right in time. Zixora with the Phantom Steed takes it away. Killing spree, saving him. Goes back into the healing, but Yu is right there to get it with light. And no way. Kenny in the mid lane gets caught by the Vengeance.
There you go. So, a whole, again, I still have to say it's a whole lot here. Oh,
Raging Sandstorm lands as well. Kenny locked down completely by Demon Kite. Phantom Steed now over on light, but he gets shoved back while he was trying to go for the heals. Demon Kite trying to provide a bit more peel there. Zixora turning things around, jumping on. Now the AOG as well. Able to get the squash down for another kill to Team Zone.
oh here comes Edward.
Yeah, Edward is there, gets onto Zixora.
Good stun on Bright. He's still able to sustain for a bit longer. Final Slash coming down as well now. That's a Lantern Flare. Can he go for the pickup on Edward? A Vengeance coming down now as Zixora does a little bit more damage. Good stun. Edward gets out with the last Vengeance.
I gotta say, Zixora actually is looking pretty good on his Neomorph, considering that during the wildcard, it's been over a year he hasn't been using it. Looks like he's been spamming it for a while.
Oh, okay, they're gonna get locked down.
Final Slash, Phantom Steed coming down, doesn't really matter. Edward again on a playmaker, on a carry. Is there ready to start from lights? And it's a triple for Edward. He finally gets caught by Bright, but it's worth it. A shutdown going to the pockets of Aurora.
My God, Edward. That's why we were talking about him after yesterday's performance, and then even now here in this game against Team Zone, 6-1 and 2 on the R-Lock.
I mean, like, there's no way to stop him, right? That's the biggest problem. Kenny's not having a good time. Bright is having an okay time, but again, like, as a setup, it doesn't matter if you have a good time or not. It really is on your damage dealers, and even Zixora is struggling to get farm, and then eventually K will struggle as well.
What do you do here, you know, with in that matchup? Oh no, top lane.
Trying to clear K, AOG, but it's too late, and Domenkite just shreds him down with a Blazing Duet as a two-tanky voice tank up the turrets. Zixora almost missed out on the Ducati. Now walks up, did he find the angle? Flicker in from Kenny! Oh man!
That's the desperation. Like, you know that they have to get something, and I really feel like Zixora is the one telling the team, we need to get something. You guys can give me some kills. Looking at items, he does have that Hunter Strike, so it makes it much easier to get the opponents low. But again, the finishing power is there, but you're not stopping anyone. And I feel like that's what Zixora is looking for. Kenny and Bright is having a difficult time here just to make sure that Aurora Gaming sticks in place, especially this Arlen.
That's why I said, man, it's just these weird timings from some of the ultimates and battle spells even from Team Zone. You can see even with that lead that Edward got, you know, he's basically just got that Fury Hammer, then he went Oracles, he's got the Black Eyes too. So that all is enough to pretty much make him a threat, but also durable enough. Whoa, Domenkite.
This might be a solo kill. Bankai taking very low. Domenkite going on him. He gets the shield in time. And Kenny provides the backup necessary.
Yeah, but that's kind of scary when the quad at 7 minutes wants to 1v1 Alapu and almost winning.
Yeah.
Bro, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, he just got his golden staff too, so right on target for that Trinity when he gets it. Oh no, this is trouble.
This flicker, good flicker out of the Raging Sandstorm now, but he gets stunned up there by Edward. It's still K surviving against two. Almost doing enough to take Edward down. Domenkite gets lifted up by Crimson Beacon and now gets all in. Zixora takes him out. Good pickup by Kenny.
They're rotating up here though. They're gonna join the fight. They're gonna force him off the turtle.
A stun with Final Slash lands, brings him into the RWM now as Kenny gets chain CC down. Zixora doing a little bit more damage, but won't be able to find that skill 1 down on him as Bright AOG's out of there.
You know what? Honestly, looking at how the game has been playing out, there is a chance for Team Zone here because Zixora as well as K, they are farming up. If you look at a KDA, it doesn't look like a good game, but they understand that as long as they get some kind of farm, eventually things will be fine.
That's leaning towards the carry like we've seen. But yeah, statistically the matchup is in that favor. But DHS now picked up the pressure on this purple buff. Zixora will go ahead and grab it though. It seems like he's going to be just fine. A good turret push up top from Bunkai. So with that, it's more so of Team Zone finding what they can across the map. They know they've got some distance to cover here and some grounds to cover in terms of catching up, but it's not too big of a deficit. I mean, the biggest one was Edward, as UA takes some damage here from Bunkai. He's going to have to go reset.
The fact that Zixora and K, they're not losing by a lot is quite impressive. K only losing by about 700 gold. It's still manageable because it does mean that they'll finish the Trinity at roughly the same time here. Yep. And eventually K will as UA. And if they have not been fighting against a lot of Leomorns, they might not be able to be prepared for that.
Look at this zone though.
He's still farming up top. Bunkai finally goes in. That's going to be the final slash locking Zixora down, but he finds the Phantom Steed now as the Crimson Beacon goes in. That's a stun over from Bunkai. Now goes in with the Raven Spider again on towards the rest. Right, with a good taunt coming down. And Praise's Wrath! Oh my damage! The AOG out of there. Demon Kite getting away, trying to look for the taunt. Yue constantly with the Void Blast. Bright ticking down, but he survives somehow as K gets it straight to the mid lane. And now it's Light with the heals back up.
Yeah, even getting a Trinity.
Yeah. And you at least get something. Yes, Lord is going to go over to Aurora Gaming, but, you know, still, you look at that fight, it could have gone either way. Zixora was just zoned out enough from even Edward sticking on to him.
I feel like just a few gold away from that endless battle and start becoming a real threat against Aurora.
Eyes on Edward. He definitely is looking for a set. K's not going to give him the opportunity. Bright still holding the mid lane as the Holy Shield in the bottom lane should be procced in. They get rid of the mid lane. Lord, actually, and they keep the base turret Holy Shield alive.
Yeah, they'll keep it together. Again, even with this lead, it's with Team Zone's lineup, it's not too much to deal with. Whoa, the jumping from Bunkai.
An attempt, even with the Phantom Steed. They're using a lot. Edward, again, looking for the set. You always got to put your eyes on Edward when he has Flicker up.
Yeah, I feel like, in a way, that's kind of good because they did push UA off, making it so that Aurora Gaming cannot apply pressure onto the mid lane, and Team Zone were not punished for that one. So I feel like, considering that fighters generally do have...
Zixora caught in the back spot, still, whoa! What a knock up there from Kenny! K with a flicker! K!
Oh my god!
Now an AOT! And K gets a double before he ultimately goes down.
You know what? That was cool. K made the hero play, and Bright comes in, giving him enough time to actually get Dominkite. And even though K died there, but the main pushers, Yue and Dominkite is not there, make it so that Aurora, they're in a standstill.
Oh, and Edward has to flicker defensively.
I say all that was worth, basically. Yeah. I mean, Team Zone, he might be beating the odds here right now in that matchup. The Klon and the carry. Again, earlier today it was 5-1 favoring the Claw. They're going to go here for that fight around the Lord.
Final slash from Edward now. Zixora zone in the back line, gets caught with the real world inflation, and now it's going to be the shred coming down as K is still in the midst of it all, dealing a lot of damage, and now the blazing duet from Dominic comes in, but he gets stunned up and he's forced to use the Purify. Zixora runs away, gets the dash, but it's unable to save him now. It's a 2 for 2. That's Crimson Beacon backwards, Bright with the AOG, gets out of there.
Honestly, that would have been better if K stayed alive, because it does seem like they're doing a double prong attack where Zixora attacks the damage dealers, allowing K to deal with the front line. It was unfortunate that Zixora really had a very bad time, unable to do enough damage to either Yue or Dominkite, and he tried to run away, but again, it's just not enough.
Not enough. Lord's going to be secured here for Aurora Gaming off of that fight. So now Team Zone once again on the defense. We saw some of the holy defenses go down earlier on, and now they'll have to rely on this lineup to make it happen. I think they have that potential. It's just down to that positioning, especially on the defense here. We're going to take a look at the items. You can see K's got his Malefic Gun. He's going to be building into that Wind of Nature. I think that's going to be crucial for him to deal with this. You've got a Wind of Nature already for Dominkite as well. And then over on top, I mean, like you mentioned, this is the potential to just force a fight into the base because you have Edward on the R-Lot. One of those heroes that can just kind of take surprise on even a base defense. They got to make sure they're not all clumped up. Malefic Gun now picked up for Dominkite as well. So Immortality's in play here for a couple of the members of Aurora Gaming as they walk in with this Lord down this mid lane.
Lord charging in, able to get the base turret down in the mid lane now. Looking for the bottom lane. K sent down below. Chastised Pauldron picked up by Bankai. Should help him against Domain, kind of the win of nature as well for K.
Yeah, so right now for Team Zone, around 15 minutes here, I believe K already has 4 items. So it's really just about the execution, because Zixora is a threat, but he's not getting the positioning that he really wants.
Dominkite's damaged, even with that. Chastised Pauldron takes him a half. They're gonna go for the turret.
Yep. Really nice real-world manipulation there. Zones them away from the base turret. Now they have to save this top lane, because that's the only one they have left.
Yeah. Although, what are the chances here that Team Zone can turn things around? Because I feel like Zixora just needs a good combo with the Phantom Steed, because I feel like alt, second skill, first skill, that would do enough damage to both Yue as well as Dominika. Even if they don't die, it makes it so that they're scared, you know? And at that point, K can clean up.
Yeah, it's a lot of this okay, actually, using that, but I don't think they're going to force a fight. It's a little bit... Oh, whoa, Edward!
Yes, Reaper's Fighter is going to be sunlocked completely there. Bankai still able to blink around. The Revitalize saves him. K almost taking Domain down there. Luckily for Domain, he had a BMI.
I mean, I was going to say, I don't think they're going to force a fight, but anyway, they go for
That's why they do it.
They do it, yeah. There was a lot of battle spells used up there, but still they have plenty of time to go ahead and reset by the time that Lord comes up. Unless Team Zone somehow, some way finds a potential pick-off to get the numbers advantage against Aurora Gaming Philippines, it's going to come down to the execution. And like you were mentioning, you know, what's the possibility, what's the potential for Team Zone to turn things around? Well, it could be off of plays like that, if they can actually make it work. But also, more than ever, here comes the Conceal.
Oh, two-man taunt. Good disengage. Xora now looking for the Phantom Steed. Gets caught. Oh my goodness. Xora is going to be gunned down completely by Dominkite. Re-engage impossible because the real-world manipulation stops them in their tracks. They got the jungler down right as the Lord spawns.
I'm going to apologize for saying the truth, but Edward is too annoying, man.
Yep.
Like, Zixora had actually a pretty good angle to go in, and then Edward's like, nope. Like, that's my friend. What do you want to do with my friend? Nothing. That's what you're going to do.
That's why I said, you know, Edward is just one of those players. There's a reason why he has so many titles, and then Mr. Consistent especially. He's one of the players, like I said, you don't bring up the R-Line that much. There's not many teams that will go for it and make it work to this amount of success within this game. And even towards the late game where, you know, you think if it's mostly going to be the final slashes, well, sometimes alone it's just, you know, stopping people in their tracks and being a threat or annoyance in itself. Like, you usually think that about the Uranus.
Yeah.
Well, you can ban it out. I'll still do the same thing, even with an R-Line.
At this point, I'm pretty sure Team Zone is like, man, I wish he was just using a Uranus, right? Because the thing that Edward does is that he makes you look bad.
Yeah.
And it's not the truth. Zixora actually is doing quite a good job. He's doing what he is supposed to do. It's just that Edward doesn't allow him to do that. Edward makes it look like a mistake all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, Lord's made its way up to the base now. We'll see if Team Zone can hold on. That last base turret's going to go down here, up on that top side. How do they defend?
Oh, no.
My goodness! Xora gets out just barely. Bankai now with the Raven Spider. Oh! Final slash! The Raging Sandstorm lands on K! He's still able to flicker out now. There's a lot of damage over. The Precious Wrath doesn't land. K is still able to go and tread through the front line. Light's gonna lose the immortalities. Bankai is able to go back. Yue with the flicker in. Getting the point blast in. The minions, can they clear it up? That's a big one with the Lord. And the answer will be they cannot. Aurora Gaming Philippines move on to 2-1.
And unfortunately right now for Team Zone, moving on to 1-2, and we already have 3 teams there. You know, one of them being CG.